Yo, nephew, hand me that bar stool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner, 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and clean.
Welcome to 21st and Prime. Jamie Dukes, my man Rone, sponsored by Heineken 00. The zero alcohol, only 69 calories. That explains me being lean and getting ready for a vacation where I'm going to take my shirt off and swing it high like a helicopter.
Coach, you want to tell everybody where you going, Coach?
No, I'm not going to say where I'm going. I ain't do that. I
You
don't do that. I don't do that.
Do they serve Heineken Zero where you going, Coach?
I'm pretty sure they serve Heineken 00 everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if not, you put it in the checked luggage. You throw a 6-pack in the checked luggage. You get there, throw it in the fridge. You're good to go. Kick back, pop the shirt off.
That was my. He could have been France. You gotta know how to dig. It could have been Italy. I was just trying to.
No, it's not far. I don't like going far. Speaking of going far, I don't think many women go far with celebrating Father's Day. We got the raggedest, little funkiest day ever known to man. I mean, like we go out of our way for Mother's Day because we came from a wonderful woman and women all around the country, and they should be celebrated. They should be given anything they want. They should be, whatever you want, baby, you got it. This is your day. But when it comes to Father's Day, it's different, guys. Why is that? Why is that we're always the lowest on the totem pole?
Yeah.
It's bad. I think we get up for, women have several days that they get up for better than Father's Day. They get Valentine's Day, their birthdays, Mother's Day, Christmas is the Mecca. But all these other, even St. Patrick's Day, I think is better. They get more acclaim than our day.
Any other day I guess our birthday is the one day we really get, right? Is that the one day or is it
Kinda.
But birthday kinda too, isn't it?
Do women not know how to celebrate men? Did they not know what to do nice for men? Is it so gift centric towards women that they just don't know? Is it on us to teach them, or should they just be figuring out themselves? You said last week when we talked about this, more. That's what you want. Just whatever you like, just give me a little bit more of it.
Yeah, didn't get that.
Didn't get more?
Nope. And first of all, let me tell you about my little funky kids. Okay. I heard from all but one, of course, because I'm transparent. I'm gonna keep it 100, and didn't get anything. But I tell you what, Junior did a series of videos from a lot of his friends that I befriended and helped along the way. They did some wonderful videos. They exchanged pleasantries of how they felt about me, which was humbling. It was great. I appreciated that. Shiloh and Shador, we went to lunch that I paid for. DeAndre called, and we exchanged pleasantries as well. But no gifts, no little funky socks, a little funky tie.
My baby girl, a gift card. Thank you, Joy. Love you, baby. She sent me a gift card.
Great. She gave you a gift card?
She did.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's great.
But I think the point that you raised.
You got two kids, but go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
The other one can't remember what my birthday is. He get mad at me because I tell him my birthday. Your nephew gets all of Dad. How come you tell me it's your birthday? I said, son, the stuff you old enough now, you got to put that in your phone. I can't. Same thing with your mom or anybody else's birthday.
So you got to remind him.
Yes.
When it's your birthday. I got to tell you when it's my birthday, so you can possibly forget to get me something. I got to remind you to forget.
Ain't no question, because I told him today, but the name is Can I? Can I have?
Can I?
That's what I was.
Hey,
That my first name is Daddy. My last name is Can I?
can I? Can I?
Daddy, can I?
Do you think that it's because like it's a man's world at the end of the day, and like men are kind of already getting what they want? Like if you want
Mm-mm.
something, coach, like if you want a new 4-wheeler, you know what I mean? If you want a new paintball gun, you can get it for yourself. Do you think that it comes down to that at the end of the day, that you
No,
can go out and
no.
get the things?
I think it comes down to many men are unappreciated. Many men are in or has been in relationships where it may not have ended correctly, where the mother's influence is suggested to the child in the relationship of the relationship, and he's looked upon differently. So he's not praised, he's not respected and held in high esteem in some regards. That's what happens to many men. I'm not saying that has happened to me, but that has happened to many men, why they're not celebrated on that prestigious day.
And what
I
do
think
you
so, but
go
coach,
ahead, Jamie?
I think it goes to, for example, to me, when we plan the birthday, we plan the birthday because we have to plan the birthday because there's pressure on the birthday to top the last birthday. There doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency to top anything. We're going to give you your procedural day. According to line item 17 of the manual, you'll get this, and it just depending on how I'm feeling, that other thing, you just never know.
What would you talking about? What you talking about? So you saying, oh, I got to investigate this, Rone. And Rone, you got to stay with us now because we're trying to help
I'm here.
you.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm learning. I'm taking
So
notes.
you saying since we've been in a relationship, some things has fallen by the wayside that you did to secure this relationship. So you saying on this particular day, we need to go on back and
Right.
recant those couple of things that you did
Yeah.
alarmingly well to
Yes.
secure me.
Right.
So you saying that those only come on Father's Day and birthday?
If you're lucky and you behave yourself and don't have any attitude about anything at all.
Wow.
Any attitude
When
about
did
anything
the
at
game
all.
change? Like, when did that happen? Guys, please tell me if that's happening to you guys. Man, I need y'all to weigh in. Like, have you digressed to the point that you're only getting those particular things on birthday and Father's Day? Wow.
Well, I there's a new holiday. There's a couple new holidays that have been popping up, but there's a new holiday I want to tell you fellas about that we need to start celebrating, and it's March 14th. Every day, every year, March 14th, it's called Steak and a BJ Day. Steak and a BJ Day for men who feel underappreciated. The things that men can appreciate, and maybe you're getting it on Father's Day, but I think that whoever came up with this holiday felt like we needed something else. And this is a completely real thing. Steak and a BJ Day is a holiday that you can look up, and maybe that's that other day.
That gives us 3 of 365 days in a year. Is that what you're saying?
You talking about steak and bologna? Well, I don't know. Understand what y'all talking about.
Steak and a blowjob day is what it's called, or steak and knobber day, as they call it in England. It is an international thing that happens.
Who chose the date?
It was probably a guy whose birthday was half a year from March 14th, and he wanted a little bit more action in his life on the other half of the year.
Hey, Coach,
but they observe it in North America. Go ahead, please, Jamie.
No. I'm talking to you about this. It's a very interesting conversation we're having here because, see, at the moment, all three of us single, right?
No, not necessarily. I'm single, but I'm not alone.
Not single. I didn't mean it like that. No, of course, Trace. Of course.
Yeah. I just got to clarify that. I don't want my DMs jumping off.
I meant mechanically, like just
Yeah.
some experience here to pull from. And Rone, first thing I would say is this: so conversations to have right after that paper gets signed would be conversation about, hey, look, the guys say all the time, once you get married, backing that thing up like you used to, they say that stops. I just hope that doesn't become a thing for us. And you better watch her reaction when she says that.
Why? What do you think it'll be?
Huh?
What do you think it could be? What should I watch for when I'm watching the reaction?
No, I don't know, because I don't know the young lady, but you know the young lady, and you got to watch that reaction, because here's the reaction you don't want. Oh no, that would never happen, baby. You don't want that reaction like that. You don't want.
No, that was good. No, that was good, though. No, that was good. That was good. For me?
Yeah. Pay attention. Pay attention to the reaction. It's very important. I'm just saying, I don't know how it's going to go. I don't, but it's a reaction to pay attention to, because if you get the wrong reaction, you know where you're going.
Okay. So I've heard of people who when they sign that other paper right beforehand with all the lawyers involved and everything, that's something that they will write that in there, and they'll say like Sunday and Wednesday is the day for this. Does it have to be litigated to that point?
But that don't work with black women. I'm just letting you know that don't work with us. That some things just don't work with us, bro. Let me give you something to drink real quick. That don't work with us.
But here's what I would say, Ro, while he's getting something to drink, is that, because the thought has crossed my mind that, maybe that institution ain't for everybody, Coach.
What you mean? What you mean institution?
That institution. I ain't talking about prison. I ain't talking about jail. I'm saying that institution might not be. Here's what I say. Okay, all right. Here's a real conversation. I've had. All BS aside. Because of what you illustrated, Coach, that's what happens in so many relationships, where we meet the representative. We were. First of all, we're predators. Number one, as men. Ladies, pay attention to this. You don't have to DM me. I'm good. But my point is that you can't change the deal on a man and expect the man to stay there and stay interested.
Right.
You can't change the deal. If you gonna change the deal on the man, you're just dead man walking, green mile, because they're not gonna put up for so long. Then they're gonna get frustrated. So, for me, the point I was making is that, I got a lot of friends, I talk about, because I believe in the institution. Unfortunately, it's the people in the institution there's a problem. But I can't say I would recommend marriage to anybody because of what you said, Coach.
Don't put that on me. No. Disclaimer: you cannot say I can recommend marriage to anybody because of what you said. No.
You said me. I said for me, you raised a worldview that is very common for men. Okay. And
women, this kind of stuff we don't talk about. This is the kind of stuff we don't talk about.
Right.
This kind of stuff we don't talk about.
And so, I was very intrigued by, the conversation that Will Smith and, Kevin Hart had. It was a real conversation. But there's a divorce epidemic in this country. And there's a very simple reason why a certain percentage of people get divorced, because they ain't backing it up like they used to.
It's money that I've read. The leading causes of divorce is money in them draws.
Right.
Money in them draws. Not. No, I can't.
You can't?
I can't. I would love to go there, but I'm Coach Prime. I got to remember I'm Coach Prime.
Right.
Do it.
I have two questions then. I have two questions. One, do you think that happens in every scenario with every? It happens unequivocally. That's my first question. I want answers for both of these. So, does it happen every single time? And two, are there things that men do early on when they're in the courting stage that men stop doing as well?
Yes. It happens on both sides. It's not just a woman by any means. Absolutely. Like men stop taking care of themselves, stop grooming themselves, stop
working.
Yeah, stop. Well, yeah. If a man stops working, you don't supposed to give him nothing.
No, working relationship. Working.
Okay, I'm just saying if he stopped working, if he don't have a job, he don't supposed to get nothing. That's number one. Right. You got to work. A man should have a job. A man should have income. If you don't have a job, it should be some income, some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if there ain't no income, it should be no income.
But that's
All
not
right.
the work I'm referring to. I'm referring.
I'm just telling you the truth. That's one I teach my daughters. Ain't no income, ain't no income. All right.
Well, Cardi B said it. What broke guys get no kitty. Is that what she said?
I know that's right.
Is that, so broke guys get no kitty. That's true. But there's also a work on the relationship. There is a communication that they were having. Depending on some relationship. some people go after just the physical thing. Ain't nothing but physical. But
Okay. I got a good one. I'm sorry, James. This is a good one. God just dropped this in my spirit. And it's not biblical, but I need a real answer from you guys. You don't supposed to live with a woman and be with a woman until you're married spiritually. Correct? Guys, you read that. You heard that. It's in the Bible. Should you live with a person before? Because if you don't live with a person to kind of see their rhythm and how they really are, do you think it's going to be a little shakier than just coming into the relationship and coming into your marriage, and that's the first time you ever been together? You don't know how you find out for the first time, oh, my lady really goes to the bathroom just like I do. And she dropped the log in there. like I'm serious, like, do you think about those things? And I really think about that kind of stuff.
You have to live with them. And honestly, I think the step of moving in with someone is bigger than the step of marriage. The step of marriage is paperwork, procedural. You have a wedding and like a party or whatever. But seeing if you can live with someone day to day is 100 times more important, 100 times more difficult, and 100 times more the barometer of will this be successful or will it not?
I don't doubt. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. In this day and age, and let's just face it. The Bible's evolved somewhat, or Revelation evolved. Excuse me. And I just can't. In the Babylon we're in right now, I just don't see, Coach, how that's what you have to do. I think you got to test the water to see if you can live together before you get married, because I don't see it any other way with the way things are rolling right now.
Well, there's a lot of pastors gonna get up and say, "Now, Jamie, I'm gonna tell you right now, in this book, it says that you should." Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. That's gonna be the argument. But
they on the
it seems
show too, doing what they do. So
say it again.
I said some of them on the pastor show are showing how they do too. So here's what I know at this point. And like I said, if we all walking this, I'm walking this myself day to day. Just in general, real time. And what I'm seeing with, it is so difficult. You said this 10 years ago, Coach. You remember this conversation we had? And the point was you made is it's just so easy to quit. It's the reason it's just so much easier to say, oh man, forget that, I'm gone. Well, you just left your shoes in the bathroom. How you gone? So it seems like it's even worse. It's so easy. I'll bump that, man. I'm out.
Right. Well, in this country that we live in now, it's easy to quit. Anybody shut it down. Because you start to think, I'd rather do this by myself. If I'm gonna be miserable, I'd rather be miserable by myself. I don't need you to be miserable. Because you're doing a good job of helping me be miserable. I thought you was gonna bring me happiness. And this alluding back to Will Smith, what he said in a previous interview is that it's on you to be happy, not you, that other person, to make you happy. You should be a part of their happiness, but it's not on them to make you happy. That's in a former interview of Will Smith.
But
that's a tough,
go ahead.
That's a tough one, guys, in regards to marriage, and that's a tough one. That I guarantee it. Now that's going to get a lot of comments, because what do you do? Biblically, I got to ride with God. I got to say, this ain't right. I don't supposed to do it. But then naturally you say, hey man, shoot, I ain't gonna roll these dice like that. I don't even know you. No.
Everything I've heard about relationships, marriage, that people just talk about how much work it is, that it's work. And that's what you guys are talking about, like quitting. And it's like, because it's work that you have to put in, and work usually isn't fun. Sometimes it's fun, but usually it isn't. But it also has to be worth something. Like you have to feel like you're getting something out of it at the end of the day that makes that work worthwhile. And that's why, I mean, Father's Day, people got to show up on Father's Day. People have to show up and show out and look after somebody on Father's Day. Because even deeper with the Kevin Hart and Will Smith, the red table conversation that they had, one of the things that they talked about that stood out to me is they feel like they need to work on paying attention to other people's feelings, because they both said that in their lives they don't care about how they feel about things. To get to the point that they've gotten to, they don't care about their own feelings. They said, F our own feelings, fuck my feelings. I don't care about my feelings, so I'm definitely not going to care about your feelings. But they said that through their lives, they've had to learn to care about other people's feelings and to consider that. Do you think that that's an important thing at every level? And do you think it's an important thing in relationships?
It depends on situation and circumstances. I'm a caring person. That's just who I am. But I also weigh everything before I endeavor into it. So I agree with them on a sense. And when it comes to relationships, relationship, we got to have relations if we're going to be in this ship together. I got to care because you affect me. And I'm not caring because it affects me, but I got to care for you because that's just naturally who I am. What'd you shaking your head with, big fella?
I remember I just told somebody, I said, look, at this point in my life, if that other ain't prepared to roll the way I'm rolling, I'm good. I'll just pass.
Right.
Because, one thing about, I think sometimes, I know for sure women get men in what you're talking about, they're wrong. Women don't understand men, I think. Men, to me, most men need two things. Love us, make love to us. Love us, you're going to do certain things because you love us. So, there's more to it than just that simple. And then the other part of it is don't betray that oath. Make love to us.
What oath?
That oath, that's mine. That right there.
Oh, so you said give away them draws. That oath.
That oath. That is correct.
Okay, just say that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Well, I just I've tried to be a little more, but yeah. I got yes, whatever he just said. So the emotional part, I've never been in emotional feelings. And I've tried to come to where they are, to be their supportive for. I'm just not built that way. See, because I'm not built about anything that happened in my past. That's in my past. Coach Cole, we said I'm the reset king on that now. Because there's nothing I can do back there to change what's back there. I can't change it. All I can do is go forward. So for me, I'm not complicated that way. But at the same time, I understand in different situations, there's people that need a lot of management, and a lot of time, and then there's others who don't. But that's the problem, I think, is that men aren't built a lot of times to understand the sensitive nature of women. And then if the woman is grown up in a very, an interesting environment, shall we say, to where, not family demons, what do you call it? Family baggage, that's not the right word. Generational curses are involved. That's a whole nother mess. So it's just tough. I mean, in this environment, to me, it's just tough to maintain a relationship. And going back to the unfortunate conclusion I think I'm having to draw is that the deal is going to change. The deal is going to change over time. I haven't seen a scenario where the deal don't change. They don't seem to understand the deal change, and we in the deal change too. And yes, finances play a role in all. Played my role in issues with my family. But things change, and that's the problem for me.
Let me give you this, Rone, because Rone is in class right now.
That's right.
We tend to marry or date the person that we love and we care about and fits us right now. We're not going to stay there. We're going to evolve. And I want the person. I got the person.
You got the person.
that's built for me here,
Yes.
not there. I was not this guy there that I am now. And oftentimes we grab that person for the now, and we're constantly moving. We're constantly moving, man. And that's like Jamie says, the deal is going to change. You're going to change. She's going to change, prayerfully for the better. But when you're looking, and people out there listening to this right now, when you're trying to befriend or engage or marry or commit or submit even to anything, any person, you better understand where you're headed.
Yeah. I mean,
Where you are.
I've heard it said that your taste buds change every 7 years. So if you liked apples 7 years ago, you might not like apples in 7 years. But
Hey, don't tell your fiance that. Don't use that. Okay, just hold on to that one. Just keep that with the guys. Don't share that ever with her. Okay, ever. Don't share that. Okay.
Well, that's all. That was the whole.
But don't share that one with her. Go ahead and share another. But that one, do not share that with your girl. Okay, baby. They say every 7 years. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, but the guidance.
Don't do that. Learn what not to do. That's the first thing. That's another lesson.
I won't talk about the taste buds changing. I won't talk about the taste changing at all. It's always valuable insight whenever you can see the interpersonal family relationships. All the insight is valuable, and it all gets tucked away. It all winds up in the file, and it all winds up, coming out on the other side. And I always appreciate it, fellas. Another family story, another interpersonal story I saw going on this week was a little bit more of a sad one. Vince Wilfork's son was arrested this past week for stealing his dad's Super Bowl rings. He also was arrested for stealing $300,000 worth of jewelry from his dad. Just a tough and terrible situation for him and his family to be in. But how does that happen? How do we keep that from happening?
Well, I think it happens to a lot of families. No one just talks about it. I've had me stolen from me. I'm not saying from family members or friends, loved ones. Everybody contributed. I will say that. It happens, man. Life is what it is. And just because you're this person that has a incredible gift, that does not constitute that you're immune to the trappings of life. We're all subject to the trappings of life, and it happens. Now, how you deal with it is a whole nother thing, but it happens.
Yeah, but the thing about it though is, as Coach talked about, the evolution of this thing is going to happen. It's just like you said, everything has to evolve. I just think there's a paradox where there's one part of the predator that don't change. It's the libido. That's the piece that doesn't change. That's the piece that is the main problem. And if you tell the predator no too many times, there are too many younger, who like the Escalade or the whatever, that they would be attentive and they would say yes. So I just think it's a horrible paradox that is life and relations.
You got to be careful with calling guys predators, though, because these days people will consider them predators in I know how you're putting it as a predator, but people will look.
Male, yes. But
right.
But anything you say that, and by the way, some great news too, and it's a horrible segue, but Juneteenth. Here's what we've gone through a tumultuous time, and the fact that I want to say all but 14 of 400 and some odd members of Congress were able to come together, and that's why, Coach, we talk about. We can't say we can't work together. We can work together. That was something that was very important. And so, congratulations to all that were involved, and the president signed, that legislation that Juneteenth is a national holiday. What are your thoughts, Coach?
I love it. Love it 100%. Like I say, Jamie, I'm not into politics, but I'm into people. And it seems as though we keep choosing the wrong people to exert our politics. But this particular time in this particular situation, I feel as though we got it right.
Yeah, I think that sometimes with holidays, it becomes people don't recognize what a holiday is celebrating sometimes. They'll realize that we'll have Martin Luther King Day off, but they won't take time to maybe reflect about Martin Luther King or President's Day or Veterans Day, Memorial Day, any of these holidays that are supposed to be purposeful holidays that wind up just being a long weekend at the beginning of the summer or an extra day off that somebody has. And so in some ways, could it just turn into another reason for people to have a barbecue or something? Maybe. But also my hope is that the intended celebration that's going on there and the remembrance of what the day is about is applied whenever we celebrate this new holiday.
Coach, get up out of here. A couple quick hits get to. Brady and Mahomes will don the cover of Madden. Now, is that one of the things that you got everything else in the chest? Is that one? I got your Wheaties box. So I
don't play Madden, so I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. Like I never cared to be on a Madden box. Like I cared to be on honey frosted Wheaties. So, I care about stuff like that. I want to be on.
When I got your picture,
because as a kid coming in the city, you want to be on some cereal. Like I told you, it was only a couple things, man. I'm on a box of cereal, and not only that, I got a Pepsi machine and a vending machine with chips. Like that's hood stuff that I've always wanted. So I cared about that. But as far as that other stuff, I ain't care about no.
The Madden doesn't change the radar. Or
you
anything.
you put me on Miss Pac-Man or something like that. Now you doing something. Pinball machine. That's my era, Rone. That's the era we grew up. Donkey Kong. Put me on Donkey Kong.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. You're jumping over the barrels and everything like that. That
put me on
crazy.
track and field. Put me on track and field.
And what about that football game? Now, Rone, Rone, have you ever seen this little electric football game they used to play back in the day?
Tecmo Bowl?
No. This is electric game, Rone.
What is it?
You hit the button and the field vibrates. It's like, Rone too young for that. Rone went in that era.
It was a big. I know he didn't know about it, but I wonder if he ever heard about it. We got to show Rone. This is the biggest sham football game ever created.
Yeah.
Did you play it? Could you play, or is it just?
Yeah, you played. You had 11 men. You set 11 men up, and you played against one another.
No, Rone, no. You don't understand. So here's the sham of it. So what they did was you had these 11 men, and they put them out there. So there's 24 of them, and then all they did was you turn it on, and they just vibrated the table, the field, and the men just did nothing. And they fooled us in
your imagination, Jamie.
So it's just a vibrating box.
It's a vibrating box that you set your man up for a play, and like you would say, okay, this guy has the ball, and if Jamie's man didn't never touch my man on the play, I scored. Or as soon as Jamie's man touched my man, he was down.
But tell him about the ball, though. It was made out of what?
Like a little rubber, like a little bitty rubber thing, or we use aluminum foil. That's what we use.
And you know who Prime Lee Chin found the workaround. Tell him about your little workaround with the penny. That was genius. I wish I'd have thought of it.
So, of course, dudes in the hood gonna try to get the upper hand on another man. So you put tape around the bottom of your man to make him thicker. Then you put a penny at the base of him down, and you tape around it, and then you put tape around his elbow. So you had like a Hercules type man out on the field that would run, that would knock everybody else down. It was unbelievable. You find a way to manipulate the game, and that's what we did.
You were souping up the electric football games?
Yep. Yep.
You were souping it up like a sports car.
That's a good one right there.
I did.
That's
We
crazy.
did.
Just a vibrating. I mean, it sounds like I wouldn't be surprised if the young men who were playing that, if their moms were sneaking off with it, this little vibrating plastic thing or something like that, that they were sneaking off and spending some time with it before it was more socially acceptable to have all the sex toys or whatever. Because
Yeah, but the top of this game is like bigger than a coffee table, so I don't think Mama would have took all that in the bedroom.
Okay. Like, Mom, why does it smell weird? What's that smell
Yeah.
on the
Why
game,
to feel funky, Mom?
Mom? What's going on? Why do you keep on wanting to play?
Hey, Rone,
Yes, sir.
why aren't your Eagles trading for Aaron Rodgers or the kid in Houston?
They have the draft picks. They have the draft picks for sure.
They got a quarterback, Jamie. What do you mean? They just got a quarterback last year.
They just got Jalen Hurts, though. You have to at least give Jalen Hurts a chance at this thing and see if he's the guy. Because the Cowboys, for all of Dak Prescott's first contract, before they signed him this year, they had him for cheap. So they could spend money in other places. We have a quarterback who's on a second-round contract getting paid less than $1 million a year to play football. A, it's helping us erase all those bad contracts we had with the Super Bowl run where we're still paying people from 2018. But B, now we can spend and grow a team around him instead of paying Aaron Rodgers $45 million a year.
Question. Who's your best player on the team?
Fletcher Cox.
Next question. Who's the second best player on your team?
Maybe an offensive lineman, maybe Lane Johnson or
best player on your team. I'm gonna go for top 7. Your top 7 players are in year 9+.
That's bad. That's bad.
Now, hey. So what I'm saying is, this is not about the kid. I'm saying your clock is ticking. He is not going to put you in position with Fletcher Cox, who you're absolutely right. He's the best player on that team, you know. And then the defensive end out there, if he's still out there,
Brandon Graham,
are getting old. Carson was your chance for that younger thing to happen. Now Fletcher ain't got but about 2-3 more in where he bringing that gas like he bringing it. You know, those Lane Johnson, you know, he hurt every other week. I'm a big Lane fan. Lane is hurt or suspended for something every other, you know. So I just.
But I don't think it's crazy to see quarterbacks be successful in their first couple of years. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, all those guys were successful right away. If Jalen Hurts is going to be something, we'll find out this year.
What I'm saying to you simply is this. That, again, this is not about Jalen. It's about the clock ticking for the mature team. Your team is right now. Now, he might, sure. But one thing I do know, Coach, is he ain't going back. It looks like the Green Bay situation is going to be real sticky. Green Bay
you can't take him back. I mean, you can't. Once a quarterback declares that he don't want to be there, even though it hadn't come from his mouth, that's a wrap. You can't take him back. As a player, I wouldn't want him back. I want me.
Well, Russell,
as a man, as a player,
it took Russell back. It was.
I wouldn't.
Coach.
I mean, if I'm GM, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I want me.
You want to get a good return on somebody, but it's tough to be able to trade someone and get a good return on them once they already said that they want out of town. But these players have the power right now. It's a tough situation for Green Bay, but they saw the writing on the wall and they drafted a quarterback last year. They knew that it was going to come eventually, but it's not coming the way they want.
Rone, look, this is a little story I just kind of want you to elaborate on. Tori Spelling, you know who that is, right?
Yes, an actress, right?
Yes. Her father, just so you know, her father wrote every sitcom known to man back in the day. And he was the guy worth probably $1 billion, whatever. He died.
Aaron Spelling was his Aaron Spelling.
Mm-hmm. And the point is, he was writing comedies and Charlie's Angels or whatever it was. But she, as an adult, and this goes back, this is full circle, Coach, to this wedding thing and this marriage thing. She's now sleeping with her 4 kids. Not sexual or anything like that. They're doing the group thing. You know, and some utopian mom world, you know, that California, something like that.
Oh, what you mean by sleeping?
They have a group bed that she and her 4 of her
Oh, okay. Clarify that, dog. Don't. Yeah, clarify that.
non-sexual, totally
Oh,
non-sexual.
thank you. Yeah,
Trying
I'm
to
good.
figure this out.
Good. Thank you.
Number one, I feel sorry for dude because he don't want his woman who he's had 5 or 6 kids with sleeping in the bed with them. Somebody just need to get snipped if that's the case. But see, that's the kind of deal stuff that gets changed that, you know, it sounds cool and sounds cute. But no, dude if he had 5 kids or 6 kids, whatever he got, he's planning on doing the activities that got him the 5 or 6 kids.
Dog, if he had 5 or 6 kids from this woman, I'm pretty darn sure he good. He's straight. I'm pretty sure he wants to be in his room, chilling with peace and serenity. And when he want to snack every now and then, he'll come and get it. He'll come and get it.
If I'm not doing that. Okay?
You ain't built like that. I'm not built like that.
I ain't built like
Rone
that.
ain't built like that. Some people are, Jamie.
Like
Do you understand? History
like that either.
History said that many couples slept in separate beds way back when. It wasn't until I forget what generation it was that people started sleeping together. They only slept together when they slept together. Then they went back to the separate beds.
It's probably more comfortable at the end of the day, but one thing that I'm not comfortable with is the mom sleeping with the kids in their bed. I think that that's just weird at the end of the day. You have to let a child be a child and let them grow up on their own. That's over-parenting. I do think it's like some hippy-dippy bullshit, but I also think that...
I don't think it's over-parenting. I think it's some hippy-dippy, Ron. I don't think it's anything... I just think they just...
I know how to stop that. You come and catch mom in a way you never seen mom in before. You're going to get out of that end.
I don't think it's room. I think it's their room.
Hey, I always told my kids that, all right, you better not come walk in here and see daddy in the way you never seen daddy before.
You'll find out dad's a human too. Yeah. You'll find out dad has his needs
daddy
as well.
A real one. Find out daddy a real one.
Daddy, no!
Daddy, no!
No! What are you doing to mom? He's got the kickstand up. He's got the
kickstand. Get off my mom.
He's got the Glenny Balls kicking tee.
Yeah, we got to get Glenny Balls kicking tee. I can't believe you say Glenny Balls hurt his neck, man.
Glenny Balls hurt his neck. I just need to. We need to make sure that he gets the neck brace like someone who got in the car accident. We need to get him through rehab. Make sure he's okay. That's all.
I can't believe that we diminish Glenny Balls to that though, man. That's bad.
He does what he loves. If that's what he loves, that I wish him all the happiness.
Lord help Glenny Balls, Lord, please.
Please.
Coach.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Do it, Coach.
All right. God bless.